Episode 230. Things are looking pretty bad right now. Minfilia is gone. It seems like the Ishgardians are shooting themselves in their own foot when it comes to the peace treaty with the dragons. Let's see if things can get even worse. After all, the patch isn't over yet. How's it going, Tancred? I have no desire to wait for the Lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matters to attend to in Ishgard. Okay. He's kind of done with the Manway. I think we're just kind of leaving him up there with, Honor is how you pronounce it, I guess. Honoroy? I think I always pronounce it Honoroy, because it's Honor. No, wait. I guess he moved him. Well, at least that's done. I was kind of worried about leaving them there. I wonder how Sir Aymric's gonna take the news. Can you believe this, Firmalbert? Current events and all that, you know? Firmalbert doesn't know of current events, apparently. Oh, that's fair. We're here to report. I guess word of mouth will get to him eventually. You're expected, miss. Pray proceed. We received troubling reports from Falcon's Nest. What befell you there? Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Komoy. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. Great, I guess we don't need to report then. There's rumor that my youngest's lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? It's a mess. I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few, who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that too to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was this sacrifice? Have we naught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmond, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past, without being beholden to it. Aye, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers, without glorying in their excesses. A difficult path to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other disillusioned souls to retrace them. But as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy, and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve as well, I fear. Yet, we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercises, to strengthen the ties between our nations, and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies. A unified Ishgardian force, filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. You're talking about sports. You're trying to unite the nation with sports, basically. Is now really the time for sports? Well, I don't really know much about sports myself, but people go crazy for it, so maybe it is the right time for it. Who knows? Hosted by Ishgard, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry, that we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true. But if we should be defeated, though, even to hold our own against the cream of the three nations, might be presented as a triumph. Very well, you may count on my support, for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Emmanuel take part in the grand melee. By his deeds has he brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose. Tomoe, would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once, and begin making arrangements for the grand melee. Should you chance to see it, my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. I don't think Dankred wants to deal with Emmanuel. You can leave it to us, I guess. So, that is their solution, a grand melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You, whom they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely. I mean, that's everyone, right? Including you. Maybe? I'm just joking. And will you oblige them, when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? I mean, I'm kind of like wearing the uniform of the Maelstrom, but why not? We have come this far, have we not? I will stand for my friends and comrades, not a nation. It is getting to be a bit much, isn't it? I feel like Komor is kind of here right now. She's kind of being passed around like a party favor or something. You say that, and yet here you are. Here we are. Can't argue with that. This is, after all, the life we chose. In any event, let us not forget that the Ascians sought to profit from this war. To put an end to it is to put an end to their plot. And that, my friend, is ever a worthy cause. Okay, we'll play the part of like the trophy warrior or whatever. As long as it sticks it to the Ascians, I guess. So for this grand melee of his, Sir Aymeric wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. Meanwhile, we have to deliver news. Well met, Komoi. Have you spoken with Sir Aymeric? He wants to have a sport. I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Aymeric would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. Yup, a sport. It is not that I doubt the efficacy of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Are you a sports fan, Lucia? Nevertheless, he has not once given me a reason to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith. As for the watch. Oh, and a Mandaline's joining. Did he now? How considerate of Master Tancred to seek out our young watch commander of his own volition. Oh, I guess we were talking about Lucia, not a Mandaline. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray deliver this list of watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Forgive me, but I have much to do. Send Hilda my regards. Do we really need this list, though? I'm sure Tancred would have picked them just fine. I guess we can't read it. We're not allowed to. I thought you had something to discuss with the first commander. We did. We're done. Bloody fool doesn't realize he'll have to sit this one out. If all the watch ran off with Sir Aymeric to play soldier, who'd be left to keep an eye on things here? Oh, did you want to join the sport? Huzzah! We've been spoiling for a fight. We won't let Sir Aymeric down, you'll see. Yeah, I don't exactly count on Sim and you to stand here. I would consider them Hilda's most disposable, not her most reliable. Tancred's been telling me all about Sir Aymeric's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing, because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well, seems the first commander's gone and handpicked her guess. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off, getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search foundation and you the pillars. Okay. Do not look at me like that. I will begin my search in due time. Oh, we're looking at you like that. Don't punch him again, okay? I still can't believe he actually hit the daft bastard. Gods, I wish I'd been there to see it. Well, it's not happening again. I mean, not unless it's particularly funny. It was kind of a sad moment. So if we can, like, counterbalance it with, like, a punch that's more comedy than tragedy, then we'll do it. But, I guess we're trying to avoid that. Right, his usual place, probably. There he is. How do you feel about sports, Madeleine? I carried on Aurora to the manor. Our best chirurgeons are tending to him as we speak. He has yet to wake, but surely he will. Sports. So father has volunteered me for this sport of theirs. My beloved family, always making my decisions for me. He's still kind of on this whole thing, isn't he? No, it's not like that. It's just... Oh, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You're free to be the woman you want to be, whereas I guess it's true. It's not like Comor was born into a noble house or anything. But it's not like that's a great stance to take when you're trying to complain about your problems of being a rich kid or something. I'm a son of House Fortemps, don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their causes. But not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. Well, he does kind of have a point. It's not like he was asking for this when he was born into being a nobleman or whatever. I guess the whole thing, the whole system of, what's it called? Kingcraft or whatever it is, teaching people that are born into the role to fulfill the role is kind of outdated, at least through a modern lens. And now that Ishgard is kind of in this new age of history, maybe it's time to consider if, well, people should step down if they just don't want to do it or aren't up to the task. But anyway, I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Honorá, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame, but in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Aymeric, and I will make my own decision. That's probably a fair point. Ishgard's kind of in this point in history where everyone's questioning the high houses, so just kind of blindly following orders as he always did, or, like he said, leaving it to better men to make decisions probably isn't going to fly anymore. Whether you're, I guess, one of the lowborn or the highborn, everyone still has to think for themselves in this new age or whatever. Found him, did you? We'll see. The Lord Commander is not to be disturbed. May I ask what matter demands his personal attention? A manling. I see. Very well, you may enter.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
It's kind of nice that he's doing this, of his own free will and all. Well, I mean, I guess it was still suggested by his dad and all of that, but he's still showing that he's putting some thought into this and making it his own decision, Which I guess is the whole point, since a lot of Ishgard's sordid history has to do with people just kind of following tradition and the word of the church and all of that without thinking too much about what they should do for themselves. So it's good to see that someone even like a Manolane can understand the importance of all that.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces.
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more.
Who? Tancred?
An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory.
Ah, Alfinode.
A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side.
You mean Tataru?
I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time?
Alright. We'll do sports.
Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
Not literally, though. That was the last expansion, A Realm Reborn. Literally, A Realm Reborn, a new era. Anyway. We would not have come this far were it not for you, Komoi. It has been an honor and a privilege. Oh, we're not done yet. But, thanks for saying it. God's help me, I think I might be love. I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating, too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? 'Twas a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotion. What? You mean for us, Lord Aymeric? No, it's purely platonic, surely. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This is their fight, and yours, but not mine. Mayhap I ought to fight for the other side, you know, to even the odds. We'll kick your ass. Sir Aymeric informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, and inside of the capital. An announcement has been made, and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, Komoi. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against the Allied forces. Outside of Carteneau, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Right, he's referring to the PvP stuff. The stuff that I never really did on camera, because it's kind of outdated, even though it's still playable. Like fighting in groups of... what is it? 60 v60 v60, probably not that huge. More like, I don't know, 30 v30 v30 or something. However much. Those huge PvP battles that take place in Carteneau and other equally large maps or something. Over there, then. I hope it's going to be like an instance that uses a different time of day, because I don't want this to happen at night. And actually, before we leave, it'd be kind of weird to rep Ishgard wearing the Maelstrom red and all that. And also, just because it's what we learned in Ishgard, we'll be a machinist, just for this little sport, I guess. Kind of like what we did during that, machinist quest, where we also had like a similar sport where we fought the Lancers or whatever. This'll be like that. It ain't often highborn dandies deign to fight alongside us hoi polloi. I don't know what that term means. Like all our name days rolled into one, it is. Then again, it's our national pride that's at stake. National and personal. I ain't about to let a snotty-nosed lordling show me up. The second commander and Hilda's lieutenants shall see to the security of the city in my absence. The melee demands my undivided attention. 'Tis a matter of pride for the Alliance as well. They will not scruple to send their best against us. Yet we must not be cowed. Too much rests on our success. It looks to be a veritable who's who of the Eorzean Alliance. The only question is, who came to what and who came to fight? Nanamo. Definitely Nanamo. What do you mean, like Nanamo came to fight? I want to fight Nanamo. What does she use, like a giant axe or something? There she is. I say, when you didn't appear, I began to question... nothing. Never mind. Don't tell us you're having second thoughts after everything. Ahem. To think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzea's soldiery in battle. That I am mere... But what if... Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory. Of the glory. Of the stories I will tell Honorar when he awakes. Okay. And there's our solo duty thing. I guess this is also part of what they want to have in every patch or something. Not that every patch gets a solo duty, but it's kind of like part of the reasoning that a player would come back to a patch other than just like a dungeon or something that releases. They try to cram in as much gameplay as they can, or at least as much as they can without overtaxing the developers or whatever. That's what it feels like. I am ready, old girl. Are you? Is it going to happen at night? I really don't want to do this if it happens at night, but let's see. By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring. Oh. If you bore the colors of House Fort Thompson to battle, pray do us this honor. If that was the case, then I could have done the Black Mage after all, because it would have changed my color. But, I guess it's fine that we're playing as Machinist when we're repping Ishgard, like I said. During the Grand Melee, some of your gear will be clamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Okay, it's happening during the day. Good. And would you look at that? Pippin Terrapin and his adoptive father. I'm not too fond of it. Doesn't exactly scream gunner, does it?
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Uldawn, Gridanian, and the Minson forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be awarded tactical points. The first company to attain the designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award your company 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard!
And the 3 most powerful women in Eorzea are just gonna watch.
All is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the grand melee begin!
Interesting they've got Raubon in this fight, fighting with only one hand. Wonder how they changed his animations just for like one-handed combat, if at all. Alright. We'll try to follow the instructions closely. Fury's Gaze, huh? Alright, we're attending to the marked ones. Oh, is that Riki? She's kind of our superior. Sorry about this. Anyway, we should be focusing on this one. Seems like they get up after a while, so they're not actually out of the fight if you take them down. I saw that Pippin got back up. Nope, and now he's the marked one. Who else is marked? You're really after her. She'll live, right? This is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Seemed like she was kind of very clearly someone we had to defend. We'll just take pot shots from the back, I guess. I don't see anyone marked right now. Oh no. Not Lucia. He's not here. That one. It's pretty chaotic, but it's interesting. Oh, I'm marked. Well, well. Cyclops, Cyclops! Everyone on your guard. All forces fall back. He was holding back on a mana lane. Continue the melee. I will deal with him. Death Thought. You've heard the man. Back to it. Do we need to call the referee on this one? I guess it's fine. Everyone's cool with it. All forces form a line on Komoy. Now. Guys, I don't need it. But thanks. Okay, when I said I didn't need any help, well, it's fine. We can take him, right? Well met. I will not lie. I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all. It's okay, we have a gun. Flame General Aldin, Bowl of El Amigo. He's got a few moves, I guess. It's interesting how this fight is kind of scripted and also not scripted, like with the points that you gain. I guess at the very end of the fight, they make it so that the last 10 points that you get from defeating Ground Bond are what's going to win the sport or whatever. Yep, he's a bull, alright. Kind of feels like we're fighting Ifrit right now. Taking down his flame pillars or whatever they're called. We okay to let him cast that or what? I think he's gonna cast it. Alright, we weakened him.
Did she win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors. Thank the Fury you were on our side.
You only get one.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond.
Calm down, Madeline. It's just sports. It's not that deep. Although I guess a lot of people feel it is that deep, so maybe it is that deep.
The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn.
I guess it is kind of a treat to actually see one of these characters fought as a boss.
On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people.
Right. Nanamo's kind of dealing with that on her end, too.
Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Kind of felt like they were just exchanging pleasantries until just that moment. Kind of like a real connection there, where they weren't just figureheads, but people.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way.
And what about you? Did you win the fight against the Cyclops? I guess so.
Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them.
Well, you said it, not me.
"'Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as your Stola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on one at a time. One day at a time, as Minfilia would have done."
Alright. I think the sport helped him out too. Everyone just needs some physical exercise, and that helps them get over some of their troubles in life, I guess. Well, at least this patch didn't end on a downer. As long as I live, I shall never forget that duel. It was inspiring and humbling in equal measure. I feel honor-bound to point out, however, that my father was fighting one-handed. Yeah, well, I wasn't fighting with my magic, so we were even. Not really. Balls. I'd forgotten what it was to feel so alive. Not since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege. Not since the Bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then the outcome might have been different, but I do not begrudge you your victory. I know how far you have come, how much you have endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to do this again one day, when time allows. I shall look forward to it. Now go. Go to the Ishgardians and celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin, her grace is expecting us. Lead on, father. And back to Ishgard. What are we waiting for? We must return to the capital at once, to tell them all about our victory. The messengers have already been dispatched. Let us pray that this victory has the desired effect. That was just another battle for you, I bet. But for my lot, it weren't so much the fighting as the not tripping over each other's feet. His lordship might think about laying on some actual training for us next time. I confess it stung my pride to be brushed aside so easily, but when the flame subsided, I saw you standing there triumphant. There was only gladness in my heart. Said your goodbyes. In all the years I have known Raban, I cannot recall ever seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? The Ishgardians have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud, Komoy. You made this happen. We helped, I guess, and we got the emote. We learned victory. It's always nice when the game just gives you a freebie emote just for playing the game. And where is that? Victory. Bang. We didn't do that during the cutscene. Would have been fun, though. It's different for every class, right? Oh, is that the Black Mage victory thing? How evil. I cannot help but wonder what would have happened had you lost. Fantastical though such a state of affairs unquestionably is, I dare say the world would have simply ended. I think that's like a tongue-in-cheek thing, cause well, you can lose that fight of course, but I think you just game over, and that's what he's saying when he says the world would end. There's no alternate reality where you go through the grand melee and you just lose and see some alternate cutscene. Even though in reality they would probably just get over it or something. For the sake of writing, you have to win. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There is naught left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see the reception that awaits us. Are more people going to vote for Emmerich now? Sure, he sides with the heretics, but he wins at sports.
My lord!
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
Honorwa, you cad.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
No.
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
If I caught that unsubtitled dialogue in the background right, it sounds like Manolane is teaching some probably bad lessons to Honorwa about picking up chicks. We'll see how that turns out. Or we won't.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Manolane, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
Right, he still owes us a drink or something. We'll hold him to it. They say you dueled General Raban within a ring of flames. I did not think the man so ostentatious. Would that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Tataru. We agreed to tell the others, only that our search for Minfilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it best to keep to myself for a time. I don't want to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that it cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest, and see if Lord Artoirel has need of our assistance. Alright, round 2. Peace Conference at Falcon's Nest. Let's see if winning at sports made us any better at this. More NPCs around. And Amric's biggest fan. Praise Alone, I was beginning to think that scaffold would never get used. We worked like beasts to build the bloody thing in time, only for the protest to delay everything. Better late than never, anyway. I haven't forgotten about what happened, but everyone else seems willing to give Sir Amric another chance. So I will too. Okay, I guess he's becoming Sir Amric's biggest fan again. Fury, take me. So many guests with so many questions. Oh, you don't happen to have any questions, do you? What do you do here and what is this place? No, we're not asking those. While I am here, my family at home are celebrating the birth of our grandson. Really? It just happened? Just now? Oh wait, no. I could have sworn... Right, the last time we talked to this guy, like the first time we failed the conference, he was talking about how his wife was going to expect a child or something, but no. He's talking about his grandson. I thought like in between the sport and all that she gave birth. This is something else. Though it pains me to be so far away, my wife insisted that one of us attend the ceremony, to tell the boy of this day when he is old enough to understand. The world he will know as an adult shall be much changed if Sir Amric's conference succeeds, and if each and every one of us lends him our support. And some new faces, I guess. I held on to the anger for so long. It was the only way I could cope with my husband's passing, but my daughter, stubborn as she is, insisted that we attend. I never thought this day would come, never wanted it, never needed it. When I saw all these young ones, for their sake then, and perhaps for his memory too. Did we talk to this guy? Did you hear how Ishgard trounced the Alliance forces in the sport? Huh, I knew there would be no match for us. All credit to the Lord Commander, I say. I know some still had their doubts about his want initiative, but who can argue with results like that? They loved it. They loved the sport. We should do sport more often. All seems well for now. Nevertheless, we can ill afford to be caught off guard a second time. Much has been said of your role in the sport. Needless to say, more than a few of my subordinates have implored me to invite you to a training session, that they might benefit from your guidance, though such conversations can wait. Alright, on with this. We'll go on a little bit long, because I think we're right up at the end of the patch quests, I think. As Sir Amric hoped, Ishgard's success at the Grand Melee, the sport, has done much to restore the people's faith in this endeavor. Look on their faces, Komoy, nervous yet hopeful, expectant in a word. Well met, Mistress Moriko, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, that he did not dishonor his house, but you, my lady, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike while the iron is hot. We made our intentions known, and that all would be welcome to attend. And so they came. By the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair, but there is still much to be done. I would speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As for you and Master Alphinaud, you will do naught but enjoy yourselves, is that clear? Unless there's any, poison lying around, sure, we'll enjoy ourselves. If any dare beg your assistance again, I will have words. You, got any poison? Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait? Or have you other matters to attend to before the ceremony begins? Nah. Let's watch the ceremony. Excellent. I only hope Thancred, and the others will not be late. Epochal events do not come around very often. Is it that important? It's just Falcon's Nest. Oh, it must be important. They changed the weather for it. Oh, that is actually... I did say that there wasn't going to be a huge crowd. I kind of forgot there was actually a huge crowd. I guess the engine can handle it. And this would have been the old engine too.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
You're letting her watch, huh?
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Look!
She always lands with a roar. I guess it's cool.
How long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearn to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me! Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Your bow!
Child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thordan? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells. Damn you, Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Alright. Peace Conference Round 2 was way worse than the first round. Things were looking so great too. There they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some small hope that what you had seen in Azizlaw was an illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Aymeric. For a mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal, or so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Enix Shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Dordan, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us stand apart. He was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like Estinian. Damn, we're still going, huh? You know what? I should have actually paused the episode right before all of that. Well, it's kind of too late to do it now. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess, I envisaged rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, or even to my fellow Scion, but to you, Komori, my friend. But not here, no. Ah, but of course, the intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. Can you believe this, the Ugondet? No comment, I guess, from him. What about Emerissal? Any comment? I do wonder what became of that girl, though. Could have sworn I saw her shed a tear during Sir Aymric's speech. Right, her. Alright, let's get a move on. And here I was thinking sports make everything better. It almost worked. Maybe Nidhogg needs to do a sport. Maybe that'll mellow him out. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? We get here first or something. Oh, hot chocolate.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss.
Well, you're not wrong.
It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I. In our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
We can always count on Alphinaud to be a source of hope. It's refreshing. Even if he's misguided at times, like with the Crystal Braze, he's still always trying. To aid those in need seems right.
Lord Orshafon would be proud. I knew you would understand. Together, we will surely find a way.
Thank you, Komoy. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Yeah, I'm infected all right. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one day. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Forton's Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. We could have met over there, you know, but I guess he wanted to talk here, just because it's more symbolic. Well, Alphinaud certainly seems to be in better spirits. Do we have you to thank for this? Yet again we walk in all too familiar paths. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved. And now it is our turn to return the favor. Hear, hear. Let no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. What kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Ida and Papalymo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Minfilia back? Still not giving up on that, huh? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. event, I think it's time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will. And we got the battle stance emote. I guess we can take one of these if we need it. Give me... I don't know. Just give me the gold.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
Almost forgot about that guy. Thancred didn't.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortance, Heavensward, The Gears of Change. And completely unrelated to all of that. Caution, Ida, that is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them, not until we know more. Place your faith in whom? I guess we'll find out later. And that's it for the patch 3.2 story. This begins patch 3.3 story, and is the end of the, I guess, Heavensward post-story, post-base game, whatever you would call it. Let me inside. The game basically follows a pattern of, well, 3 patches after the main story. They kind of wrap up the lingering story for whatever expansion you're in. So Heavensward of course ends in the base game, the base expansion, with us winning the Dragonsong War and all that, defeating Thornton, but of course there's still stuff to deal with as we've seen. But then after all that, everything wraps up nicely in 3 patches, and the same is true for all of the other expansions, except for when they break the rules with like, well, it's obviously a Realm Reborn, which wasn't really an expansion, it was the base game. They also break that rule for Endwalker because that one was the big finale to what they've been building up to for such a long time, so they finish the story within the base expansion itself, then spend 5 patches on a separate, kind of separate story. With Dawntrail, we're now following the same thing where we're kind of in the same scenario, waiting for patch 7.3 or something it was, to end the post-Dawntrail storyline and all that. And then with 7.4 it's going to start something new, leading into the next expansion, I guess. Same thing with this in Heavensward. But we'll get to that when we get to it. We learned a new emote. I think I use it in one of my macros here. I was waiting to get it. Battle stance, right? That's what we got? Or was it? What did we learn? Yeah, we got battle stance, so now I can replace this emote, this macro, with this. So the normal one that I have is just drawing the weapon, and then waiting 3 seconds to change the pose. Like, oh wait, she already changed the pose. This is the changed pose. But now what I want is this one, which in between all of that does the battle stance. A little get ready for battle thing. If I'm ever like waiting for someone to watch a cutscene, usually do this just to get ready for the dungeon or the trial or whatever. Of course, Komori here is going to be the one that's typically being waited on to finish the cutscene, so probably not enough seconds to actually go through this entire chain of emotes in this macro before the battle begins. But it's nice to have it. Same thing with the She's emote. Just a little thing I like. I've been waiting so long to get that battle stance, and we finally have it. Not that it matters. Next episode we're back into the usual rotation. New dungeons that come out, new raids that come out, and I think also, yeah, it would have been the new trials that came out. The Warring Triad and all that. We'll see what we do first later. For now though, that would be a good chance to take a break.